Hello, family members. How are you today? I feel a little bit weird. I have something substantive to say about trending topics 2 days in a row, but hey, here we are. So, I don't know if you're aware. I can't imagine how you couldn't be if you're online at all, which you have to be because this is on YouTube. Uh, but the governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, who is potentially going to be someone that Trump might consider as like a VP pick, has gone under just absolute fire as she's getting dragged left, right, and center over a story that's come out about her killing a dog that she had raised because it wasn't taking to its bird dog training very well. Or I haven't read all of the details on it. I believe there was also an incident where it killed a chicken, which is for a farm dog a very big deal, very big deal. And of course, the obvious thing that everyone is saying is like, well, yeah, she didn't need to kill the dog because it didn't suit her purposes. She could have just put a post out and people would be happy to take that dog off her hands and get it into an appropriate home, get it the training it needed, whatever. And all that's accurate. The reason that I felt like I wanted to kind of weigh into that is because this is another situation that I have lived. Um, my dad raised bird dogs. He had Bull Run Brittany's was the line that he established. It was before I was even born. And he still has Bull Run Brittany's to this day, although he's retired from breeding and training anymore. He still has his one last faithful hunting dog who he takes out occasionally, but he's a little slower than he used to be. And the kind of hunting that he liked to do was very active, very much the kind that you need a bird dog for. Grouse hunting, you have to have a dog to go in the deep brush and find the birds and point the birds. And then once they point, then the human goes in, flushes the bird, and shoots it. There's different kinds of bird dogs. There's flushers, there's retrievers, there's um, the kind of dogs that we have, which are Brittany's, which do both retrieving and pointing. And then there's dogs that do just pointing. I mean, there's a quite a lot of different working breeds that work as hunting dogs. And in my experience, it's not easy to have those breeds as house dogs, but the appropriate environment can be found, usually pretty easily, especially in places where like there's a culture of hunting, because people have grown up around hunting dogs, and even if they're not hunters themselves, they might be fond of those breeds for that reason. So I can recall a time where we had a litter of puppies, and Dad kept two of them, raised one up, and it wasn't a very good hunting dog. Just didn't never quite took to the training, didn't really have it. And so he found a nice family that wanted a house dog, and he housed that dog with them and lived out at stage just easy peasy, no problem. And uh, very rarely in our family did we keep any dogs that weren't particularly good hunting dogs, because my dad could find somebody who would want that dog for whatever reason, that didn't care that it wasn't the best hunting dog. Because his number one dog would be a very very good dog, and his number say five dog would still be a very very good dog. Like I did, we would used to go to they call shoot to retrieve uh, bird dog, you know, trials, and they would do like two dogs at a time go out on the field and have a set number of birds in a set amount of time. And my dad would sometimes run multiple dogs, and I've been to times where he had first, second, and third place, which did not make the other people that happy. That nobody wants to be trounced by one particular trainer, but he was very gifted in that, and so it was quite frequent that he would have dogs that weren't bad, but just weren't up to the level that he needed to be in his primary rotation of dogs and to continue the line that he was developing. And so, yeah, it's really not hard to rehome dogs, pureblood dogs especially. So, not only is it not hard, but in my experience, it is also common practice that if you have a hunting dog that won't hunt, you just rehome it with somebody who doesn't care that it doesn't hunt. And so her behavior is just so ridiculous and out of whack. And it's like the time that Mitt Romney told the story about putting his dog on top of his car in a car carrier and driving down the road, and then it peed, like, and then he's telling it like it's a funny story, like, oh my gosh, can you believe the dog did that? And everyone's like, you monster, how could you do that to a dog? This is very much that. It just goes to show you how uh, out of touch some people are. How they don't see and respect um, the existence of other creatures. I mean, you don't have to be like a vegan or a vegetarian or anything to have some respect for the lives of animals. So it's just very funny to me, and a lot of people really really like dogs. So being like, hey, I killed a dog under questionable circumstances is probably not going to be the best way to get yourself on a presidential ticket anytime soon. So sorry for her, but I'll show you my retired hunting dog here. My bull run Brittany. Hey Kiki. Hey Kiki. Hey old man. He don't hunt very well, but that's okay. He's retired to Florida, and he gets cuddles and loves every day. And that's the way it should be. Every dog does deserve that. Well, anyway, that's what I got for you. Have a great day. Bye.